What is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to the third team builder of my Pokemon Showdown series. Now, if you guys have not watched a team builder before, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over all the Pokemon, telling you why I picked the Pokemon, explaining the moves, the abilities, the items and the stats. That way, you guys know exactly why I picked which ones I'm going to be using in the future for my Pokemon Showdown series. I make these separate from the Pokemon Showdown videos because a lot of people don't really care about this part and just want to see the battles. And that way, the battle videos are shorter and people can just watch the battles. Or if somebody just wants to watch the team builders, they can do that too. So, but either way, leave a like down below if you guys are excited for this team builder, because this is definitely my most controversial team that I've done so far, because this is kind of taking me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I will explain why here in a minute. So yeah, so if you guys are excited for this, make sure to leave a like down below. If you didn't watch the last episode of Pokemon Showdown, you definitely should. It was the last episode where I used my second team. It was a really good video. We ended up losing like one battle the whole video. I think it was pretty good. The last battle was crazy. First battle was crazy. Yeah, so you can definitely check it out. But in that video, I said that I had made the decision that after every team builder, I'm going to do 5 videos with the team, and then we'll move on to another team builder. Now, there'll probably be 1 or 2 more team builders after this one, going over a couple more teams, and then we're going to start reusing some more of the old teams. That way we can get some variety on the channel, stuff like that. And then I'm probably, if I do more teams, I'm going to have to start reusing Pokemon, because obviously there's only a certain amount of good Pokemon you can use. So this is definitely taking me out of my comfort zone a little bit because of the first 2 Pokemon. Now, I am not going to say I came up with this all on my own. I will give credit to where credit is due. And these first 2 Pokemon come from a video I watched on Wolfie VGC's channel, which is a fantastic competitive Pokemon channel. If you guys haven't watched Wolfie VGC, definitely should. He's a world champion, and he's funny, and all the videos are super great. So, yeah. So, these first 2 Pokemon come from this. Now, Palossand is a fantastic Pokemon. It is extremely bulky, and it hits relatively hard. But this whole thing is relying on how bulky it is. So the first one up on this list is obviously my shiny Palossand named Beach Boy. Now, obviously, all these Pokemon are going to be shiny, not because I have all these Pokemon shiny in Sword and Shield, but it's just because it's cooler to see the shiny sprites than it is to see the non-shiny ones. That's the bottom line. So there's that. So we have Beach Boy, the Palossand. He is water compaction with weakness policy. Now, water compaction makes it so if he is hit by a super effective water type move, that he'll get an increase in defense by 1 stage every time he's hit by a water type move. And that is going to tie in with our next Pokemon here, and I'll explain that in a minute. Also, the weakness policy will weakness policy will come in handy too because of that. So I'll explain that now, and that is Barry Allen, the Excelgor, and he has Water Shuriken. So the reason this is coming out of my comfort zone a little bit is because I've never done a team where I target my own Pokemon specifically to increase their stats. Now, Water Shuriken is going to be doing not a ton to Beach Boy because it's not stab coming from Barry Allen. Now, it is okay that I have, because obviously you'll see that in the stats, I have a lot in special attack, but it's not going to be doing a ton to Beach Boy. But every time one Water Shuriken hits him, he will get an increase in defense with water compaction, and he will also get the boost from the weakness policy. And being that Barry Allen is one of the fastest Pokemon, if not the fastest Pokemon in the metagame right now, then he will be going first, like, almost every time. So, with the exception of stuff maybe before Pokemon setup, is what I mean. So the first turn, he is probably going to be going first to hit Palossand with a Water Shuriken to activate his weakness policy, meaning that he is going to get, I think, +2 in special attack. And I can check, I think, here. Yeah, so it raises attack and special attack by 2, which is insane, because he already hits pretty hard. And then with the water compaction, in a perfect world, we're going to get 6, right? In a perfect world, we get 6 water shurikens, and it raises his defense to +6. Or 5, I should say, +5, because you can only get 5. However, the one thing I hope for is that we can at least get 3, is what I hope for. If it doesn't hit, if for some reason we only get 1 or 2, there is a chance I'll go for it again just to raise it again, but probably I will just stick with it, because you don't want to keep attacking your own Pokemon. But this Pokemon is going to be one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the game right now, so he's going to be taking a lot of hits. Obviously, he has Shore Up, which is Palossand's signature move that allows him to heal, so he can get all the way down and just heal right back up. Now, I know. I have talked about Toxapex so many times, and why I hate that Pokemon with every fiber of my being is because it is so bulky and takes so long to kill, and then it just recovers. And that is basically what I'm doing here. And I'm not a hypocrite, because Toxapex's main thing is toxic stalling. It will toxic you, and then keep hitting you, and then just heal back up and wait for the poison to kill you. And that is why I hate Toxapex so much, because instead of, actually hitting you, they're just toxic stalling. And that is furious. It makes me furious. So that is why this is not the same. This is definitely not the same. I just want this thing to stay around. I have a lot of bulky Pokemon on this team. Of course, Beach Boy is, Travis Barker is, Tech is, Hydropower is somewhat bulky. But, yeah, so there's a bunch. And then he has Earth Power and Shadow Ball for stab, and then Giga Drain, again, to hit. If there's a Water-type Pokemon out, I can hit the Water-type Pokemon with Giga Drain and get some health back, and hit him super effectively. Of course, it's not stab, so it's not going to be doing as much, but it's just another way to get some health back, and it's just a good way, because Water-type Pokemon, luckily Water-type Pokemon are my least worry with this guy. Of course, we do have to watch out for Grass-type Pokemon. We have to watch out for Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon, or moves, I should say, because those are the ones that are going to be super effective. However, this is amazing, and this is a prime Dynamax candidate if I was going to Dynamax, but in OU, you don't Dynamax, because it's a little bit more fun when you don't have to worry about that. So there is that. It's stats here. I'll go over its stats. It is Modest, which is plus special attack, minus attack. You don't need the attack on this Pokemon at all. And then I have 252 in HP, and then 126 in both defense and special defense. That way it's going to be as bulky as it physically can be. Now, I could have just put 252 in either defense or special defense, depending on what super effective moves are. More of them are physical or special, but I just, I don't really care too much about that. I just, no matter what, want to be as bulky as I can be. So he is going to be really, 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 really bulky in general. So he is not going to be going down very easily. I mean, he's got almost 400 in HP, and that is insane. And obviously, I have the 4 in the special attack just to throw something in there. But he's going to be hitting pretty hard, but he's going to be around for a long time. And with Shore Up, with Giga Drain, he can heal up. He's just going to be around for a long time. And when I saw Wolfie use this, I was like, oh, I have to try this, because I always thought Palossand was a really cool Pokemon. It's got an awesome shiny, and I want to try to use it. So, yeah. Now, obviously, the next one here is Barry Allen, our shiny Excelgor. Obviously, if you guys don't know what the name is in reference to, then I'm sorry, but his name is a reference to the Flash's real name, which is Barry Allen, and it is one of the fastest Pokemon in general. It is blistering fast, which is why it has Water Shuriken for Beach Boy, and then it has Hydration and Heavy Duty Boots. Hydration is the one that lets it, so if it has a status condition, it'll heal it at the end of every turn. So that way, if they have a at Amoonguss, we don't have to worry about getting spored, except for one turn. Poison, burn, paralysis, freeze, all of that stuff. It heals it at the end of every turn, which is really, really, really great, and it's really nice. Now, of course, it does get, I give it the heavy duty boot, so you don't have to worry about toxic spikes or spikes, but mainly stealth rock, because this thing is not great in stealth rock. It takes a lot of damage from it. And so it has Water Shuriken, Recover for getting health back, Toxic to toxic Pokemon, and then Bug Buzz for its Stab special type move. And then we have the stats here. It is not a bulky Pokemon by any stretch, by any means. It is not. So it is not going to be staying around for way too long. Basically, all it needs to do is hit Palossand with a Water Shuriken at least once, and then it does what it needs to do, and it can go down, and that is fine. Our leads with this team are normally going to be Palossand and Isilgor, unless they have, and it's like a mainly grass type team or something like that, or a mainly water type team even, or mainly ghost, or mainly dark. Something that, if they have a lot of Pokemon that can take down Palossand, then we're probably not going to lead with it, and it's probably not going to do much out of that. But it is a modest nature, again, which is plus special attack, minus attack. You don't need the attack on this thing, and it is just to special attack to be doing as much damage as it can, because it can do it can hit pretty hard, spend the special side. Now, it does have 252 in base HP, so it can stay around for as long as I need, and then 126 in the special attack, and 126 in speed to give it even more speed. 357 in speed is extremely fast, so it'll be around 300 when it goes to level 50. Still, it is going to be an insane Pokemon. It just is, and like insane in speed wise, I mean, not in defense, because this thing, as you can see, only has 156 in special defense and 117 in regular defense. That's why I put the 4 in the regular defense, just because it's lower than the special defense. And so it's not going to be around for very long. But the main thing is that it needs to hit Palossand with Water Shuriken. The reason I went with Barry Allen is because the only Pokemon that gets a multi-turn water type move that's good competitively is a Isilgor, because Water Shuriken is the only good. Is there any other? Well, I guess Whirlpool. No, not even. I mean, like, is there any water type move that hits multiple times that a relatively good Pokemon can get? I mean, not really. So Water Shuriken is not going to be doing a ton, anyways, and it's just insane. I guess I could go with more into speed and less into special attack, just so it doesn't do a ton of damage to Beach Boy. I guess I'll do a couple test runs and just see if that's what I need to do or not. But that is Barry Allen. Like I said, its main thing is just to hit Beach Boy with the Water Shuriken. And it is extremely fast. That's the other reason why I used it, because it is going to be going first amount of times. There's no reason in using a slow water type Pokemon to hit Beach Boy, because you need it to be going first, because otherwise he can get knocked out in the turn, and then your whole strategy is done. So yeah. And the next one we have up here is Travis Barker, the Shiny Rillaboom. If you guys didn't know, Travis Barker is the drummer for Blink-182, and it's just a super awesome guy. And he's an insane drummer. One of my favorite bands. First band I ever saw in concert. And so it has to be Travis Barker, because the first drummer Pokemon. So he has leftovers with Grassy Surge. That way he gets out the grassy terrain, and he is able to use the first move you see here, which is Grassy Glide, which does more damage in the grassy terrain, and it is priority in the grassy terrain, so it'll go first, which is really nice. It is leftovers, so it'll heal at the end of every turn. And then it also has Fake Out, Wood Hammer, and Swords Dance. Wood Hammer just to hit extremely hard if I need to hit extremely hard. And once Grassy Terrain goes down, Grassy Glide is not going to be anywhere as good. So Wood Hammer is basically for when I don't have Grassy Terrain up anymore. Swords Dance to increase its attack. And then Fake Out is just a really good move, just to, as you can see, a lot of Pokemon run Fake Out if they get it. Like Mineshaw or Incineroar or anything like that, because it just doesn't allow the Pokemon to hit that round. But of course it only does it on the first turn. I got really worked up in a lot of these battles when I used Incineroar with Fake Out, and I ended up, there's been multiple videos on this channel where I'll use Fake Out when it wasn't my first turnout, just because I'm so, like, into the video and it just doesn't register that it won't work. But, yeah, so that's Travis Barker. His stats are, he has an Adamant Nature, which is plus attack, minus special attack. Special attack does not matter on this Pokemon at all. 252 in HP and 252 in attack, so it'll be around for as long as it can be. Like I said, it's extremely bulky. It's going to have over 300, probably 350 base HP, and its attack is going to be nuts too. And then 4 for the speed, just to, I don't know, give it a little bit more for the speed. So there's not really, it's not going to be a really fast Pokemon. It doesn't have terrible speed, but it's not great. But I'm really excited to use this Pokemon. There is one other Pokemon on this team that has another one of the new moves, but I definitely wanted to try Grassy Glide because that's a pretty cool move. So yeah, the next one up on this list is Tech, the Porygon 2, one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the metagame right now. It is a great Pokemon. Obviously, it's Eviolite. Download gives it a plus special attack, plus 1 special attack every time it comes in. So which is really nice. So every time I switch it in, it gets plus 1. Now, of course, there aren't any good normal type special moves that you want to use. Normally, you don't run Hyper Beam, but so that's why it doesn't have any coverage really. And then, of course, Eviolite to increase its defense. Tech, just because, I don't know, I like that. That's always what I named my Porygons, or Porygon Z, or whatever. I don't know why, it's just what I always did. Now, it has Recover, Ally Switch, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam. Now, I have been battling a lot of teams recently featuring Ally Switch. It is something that I had not really thought about until recently. Basically, if you guys didn't know, if you have 2 Pokemon out at once, one of them uses Ally Switch, it switches places with them. So, if I have, like, Tech and Beach Boy out, and there's a Ghost-type Pokemon, all I have to do is Ally Switch, and they will Shadow Ball, or whatever, move Tech instead of Beach Boy, which is really cool, because that allows it to not affect Tech, and plus, it is a really good Ally Switch user anyways, because it can take a lot of hits, relatively anyways, so I don't have to worry about switching it into a move and then going down immediately, but I just think Ally Switch is a really cool move. Recover for healing, and then Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, both for coverage. Definitely a lot. I think Thunderbolt and Ice Beam are like the main moves that Porygon 2s run, but they're definitely the best, I think. I had something instead of Ice Beam, but I don't remember what it was. And then its stats are, it is a Modest Nature, which is plus special attack, minus attack. Again, attack doesn't matter on this Pokemon. Special attack just to give it as much attack power as it can. It has 252 in HP, and then just like Palossand, 126 in defense and 126 in special attack, or in special defense, and then 4 in special attack. So, 126. This is just making it as bulky as it can be. This thing is not going to be going down very often, and I just think it's going to be really good anyways. So that is Porygon 2. It's basically what a lot of Porygon 2s run is this set. I haven't seen a ton with Ally Switch, but usually Recover, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam is fairly standard. Download is fairly standard. And the Eviolite, now I was thinking about going with Porygon 2 and using the exact same moveset and everything, but I really like, I think Porygon 2 is, or Porygon Z, I mean. I think Porygon 2 is a little bit more bulky than Porygon Z, so there's a reason. Now, the next one here is Hydropower, our shiny Azumarill, with, what is, Huge Power, that's what it was. Huge Power, I don't know why I couldn't remember that, and Citrus Berry. Basically, Huge Power doubles its attack, which is insane. Now, a lot of Pokemon get Huge Power in the metagame. I think the only other one is Diggersby that a lot of people use. And with the addition of this in the Isle of Armor, it is going to be doing a lot of damage because of that. And I gave it Belly Drum, so it is going to be doing an insane amount. I mean, Belly Drum Azumarill is, dare I say, almost hits harder than Belly Drum Snorlax. Which, if you guys saw me use Belly Drum Snorlax, there was one battle in one of those videos where I literally swept the entire team with, all I did is get Belly Drum up once and swept the whole team. So belly drum is really nice. Of course, it has citrus berry, so once it does get low from the belly drum, its berry will pop. Now, of course, with Snorlax, I had the ability where its berry will pop at half health instead of less than half. So it will pop the berry a little bit in less time than, or more time than Snorlax did, but it's still going to be really, really good. And of course, it's got Aqua Jet for priority, basically like Water Quick Attack. It's got Liquidation and Play Rough for stab, hitting hard moves, and it is going to be insane. Now, I did consider going with Draining Kiss instead of Play Rough. Yeah, Play a Riff. Azumarill just takes out a guitar. It's like, so I did go with Play Rough instead of Draining Kiss because it hits harder. But that is the Azumarill. The stats wise, it is an Adamant Nature plus attack minus special attack. Special attack don't really matter here. 4 in speed, and then 252 in HP and 252 in attack. So it is going to be, I think I put the 252 in attack so it can hit as hard as it can, and then 252 so in HP so it gets as bulky as it can be. Because of course you want this thing to stay around, and its defense is alright. Its special defense is alright too. They're both the same, but so hopefully it will be around pretty long. And then our last Pokemon on this team is Inferno, our shiny Alolan Marowak with Rockhead Life Orb. Now, I have been seeing a lot more Alolan Marowaks than I thought in the competitive scene. I really like Alolan Marowak. I think it is definitely my favorite, second favorite Alolan form. Ninetales is my favorite, one of my favorite Pokemon. But it is so cool. I love the Ghost Fire typing. It's badass. Ghost typing is like my second favorite type next to Dragon. I think it is an awesome typing, and it's got like the bone with the fire on the ends. It's so cool. It's such a cool Pokemon. Now it is Life Orb, so it gets hits as hard as it can. And then Rockhead, which is a really unique ability that I didn't realize this thing got, is basically makes so you don't take any recoil. And Flare Blitz takes a lot of recoil if you do a lot of damage. So I do not have to worry about any recoil from Flare Blitz. That is legitimately the best thing ever. I am completely free to go for a Flare Blitz, Life Orb, Stab, Flare Blitz, and I can even, because I have Swords Dance, I can literally be doing a Life Orb plus 2 Stab, Flare Blitz from Alolan Marowak and not have to worry about the recoil at all because of Rockhead. And that is super cool. So obviously I already talked about Swords Dance, and then Poltergeist, which is the other new move I have on this thing, because before it didn't get access to any good stab ghost type moves except for Shadow Bone, which isn't. I don't like using multi-turn attacks in competitive, just because I don't know. It's just I don't like using them. So Poltergeist is 100% a great new move that he'll get, and it is just really, really, really good. So I'm excited for that. And then Protect, so if they do target him, I can always protect to stall out a team or whatever like that. And then our EVs, it is an Adamant Nature, plus attack, minus special attack. Again, special attack does not matter on this Pokemon. So 252 in HP, so it'll stay around. It has pretty good defense, but not really good special defense. I guess it's alright. So the HP is going to make it so it'll stay around as long as it can. And then 252 in attack and 4 in speed. The 4 in speed is just to, I don't know, make it a little bit more faster. But it's not very much. And then 252 in attack so it can hit as hard as it can. Because this Pokemon is going to be a monster. And as you guys can see, I have a lot of Pokemon on this team that are able to hit extremely hard. Travis Barker can hit extremely hard. Hydropower can hit extremely hard. Inferno, did I give Travis Barker Swords Dance? I did, yeah. So Inferno can hit extremely hard. Beach Boy is going to be able to hit extremely hard. A lot of this team is the most brute force team I have ever used. But there's also a lot more strategy in this team, and it is out of my comfort zone because I've always been a little wary of, like, the Steam Power Colossal one, because I never really I was always scared of that. I tried using Beat Up on a Lucario once on a team that I had, and that didn't go well. But, yeah. So, that is the team we're going to be using today, guys. Just to recap, we have Beach Boy, the Palossand, with Weakness Policy, Water Compaction. We have Barry Allen, the Selgor, with Heavy Duty Boots and Hydration. We have Travis Barker, the Rillaboom, with Leftovers and Grassy Surge. We have Tech, the Porygon 2, with Eviolite and Download. We have Hydropower the Azumarill with Citrus Berry, and my favorite addition, second favorite addition to this team after Palossand, we have Inferno, the shiny Marowak, Alolan with Life Orb, and Rock Head. And this thing is gonna, like I said, Flare Buzz on this thing is going to be amazing. You don't have to worry about recoil. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this team builder, let me know down below. Let me know, if you guys want me to use other Pokemon on a certain team. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for this team, because if you put something down below and I didn't think about that, I will gladly change it, and I'll give you a shout out in the video and obviously, if I change anything about the team, you will see in the first episode of Pokemon Showdown when I use this team. So, yeah. But other than that, guys, that is it from me. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like down below. Subscribe. All that good stuff. Hit that bell so you don't miss the video. Of course, if you guys want to check out other team builders, if you guys want to check out some of my awesome Pokemon Showdown content, you can go check all that out in the Pokemon Showdown playlist on the channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been one of my favorite series I've ever done, and don't expect it to go away anytime soon, because I love Pokemon Showdown. I love competitive Pokemon in general, and this is the best way to do it. So when I don't have an ability to record on my Switch. But other than that, guys, that is it for me. Like I say at the end of every video, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Nitro G out. Peace.